So you guys all know one of the worst things to ever encounter is a stripped Allen head bolt, whether it's on a car or whether it's on a pump or any kind of thing you can think possible. You know, you just running into problems when you're coming to Allen heads, and I'm going to show you guys 3 ways to remove 3 different size Allen head bolts. Stay tuned. So here I'm just kind of showing you that it is a stripped bolt. I'm not just gonna put normal bolts in, but I am at the same time, because when you come to the last bolt, it's just the method just to show how to do it. So for the ones that weren't stripped, it didn't need to be stripped for the process. I'm just trying to get around the situation. I'm trying to strip a bolt then rather than finding one. So the first method you're going to use is you're going to grab a Torx head. Instead of an Allen key, you're going to get a Torx, and you're going to get one size up from the Allen key, roughly, and you guys can pretty much see in the video. And as you see, I just hammered down the Torx key into the metal, and it beads itself in, and it'll grip as you're turning it. So you're going to do that, and once it's in about, a 1/4 inch, you're going to take out your 1/2 inch drag ratchet, and you're going to get it off. And putting pressure on the top of the ratchet will also help keep it stay stable and center so it doesn't slip out and strip it even more. So I just go ahead and grab pliers after the fact, and it's just quicker to take it out that way to me. And what you're going to see in a second, and you guys got is me showing you the Torx head on where it actually dug into the bolt, but you guys don't necessarily need to do this, but applying heat to any one of these situations is probably 50% beneficial to do versus not heating it, just because heating it gets everything loose, and say if you're hammering on it, it's going to be easier to sink into the metal and grip itself out for the Torx. And for the other 2 reasons, you'll see the same thing. But anyways, there's me showing you the Torx head bolt and where it actually dug in. So the second method we're going to do here is actually welding a nut or another bolt that you can get to it on the nut. And then you can see me here showing you I'm going to be using a TIG welder because the bolts I had here were stainless, but on pretty normal situations you're just going to be using your MIG welder, your flux core, and you won't be needing to weld with 2 things instead of 1. So anyways, here's me just getting the welder set up and ready to go. And there's the TIG welder. And guys, always wear safety when doing this. I'm actually not wearing gloves when I'm taking this, but I'm basically just tack welding 3 sides to it, because one thing you gotta watch when you're welding it, you don't want to go up too high, or your wrench is not going to go on it, and then you're kind of screwed. So just tack weld 3 sides, so it still gives you an option to get a wrench on one side at least, and then you're just going to put some force on it and it should come out. And look at me go. I'm not wearing safety glasses either, guys. Try to be as safe as possible. We do, you can't see it in this video, but there's actually a hood coming down sucking the exhaust fumes out of my face as well. So if you guys were worried about that, that's one issue that I covered pretty well. And so heating up this weld would also help with rusted bolts as well, come out a lot easier too. So it is nice to say when you're welding. So most of the times your bolts are stripped because it's too tight and your Allen key slips out of your hand or that, or whatever one of those options are, so it gets stripped. So another key thing is when you're heating it up, you're also heating up the threads and you're breaking them loose from the bond they made, and so it's easier to back off that way. So heating up is beneficial to a lot of things. So here we're going on to, or actually here, I'm showing you how to take out this bolt. I know it's pretty self-explanatory, but I'm showing you how hard I'm pushing just so it proves my point that welding does work, and the welds don't break as long as you know what you're doing. And it's way easier on MIG than TIG on what I'm doing in this video, so just keep that in mind. It's not as hard as it looks. And I have a Mastercraft welder from Canadian Tire. Works awesome for situations like this, and it comes in handy, that's for sure. So for the third thing we're going to do is, you're going to see me point to the video right here, is I'm using tap extractor. So they're basically like punch, and you're going to be drilling a hole just the size of the tip of the extractor, and I'm showing you that kind of here. I actually use 2 drill bits to get up to the size of that tip. And so the reason you're not going to make it wider is so it digs itself. The farther down it goes, the harder it digs into the metal, the more pressure you can turn on it to take it off. And you can see me here, I do have my safety glasses on, and you're always going to want to put some cutting fluid on what you're cutting, because frankly it just makes everything easier. Your drill bit's going to stay cool, it's not going to overheat, your edges are still going to stay sharp, so you're just going to drill faster and cleaner and more efficient. And so I get pretty pissed off here. These drill bits without the slats on them absolutely suck.
Shitty fucking drill bits, man.
There's me getting pissed off at it. You probably can't hear me in the background, but I'm trying. So I'm going to go ahead and drill the second hole. It's in the same spot. I'm just enlarging the hole to fit the tip of the extractor into the bolt underneath. And I'll just show you an vision of the hole and the extractor going into it. So you're just going to slip it in. It should be able to stand up slightly without you having to hold it. That's how you know your hole's deep enough. And then you're literally just going to pound on it until it's far enough as you think it needs to go in, or it just stops going through. Just going over here, you can grab an adjustable for most of these jobs. They vary from sizes, but usually a mid-side adjustable is going to do you fine. And then you're just going to lock it on just like it's a socket or a wrench on a bolt, and you're just going to turn it outwards. They work like a charm. Usually the bigger size of bolt you have, the less effective these extractors are. They're meant for smaller bolts necessarily, and they're essential for getting your broken bolts out of holes too.